SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Rajie. I'm in Sacramento, California. I came to Save with Conrad because I've heard Conrad talk about how he helps people all the time save money and the best route to go for getting some mortgages and finances done. And having heard so many different testimonials in the past, it made the most sense to go this route. We were in the market for a new house and we wanted to know what we could afford. So we spoke with Steve and then Diane to get through the pre-approval process to see what we could afford. And then once we were able to understand that aspect of it, that was when we were able to shop around for a house to get a mortgage through Save with Conrad. Everybody on the team was great. Everybody really explained everything fully to where it was more in like layman's terms to where I could understand it as someone not in the business or having shopped around for houses too many times. So being able to understand every step of the process and talking with everyone on the team about that was really, really helpful. And it made me feel really confident that I was going the right route. I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. I know that sometimes people look at it and they go, oh, they're based in Alabama. What could they help me with? But I'm out here in California and they were able to square everything away and get things done really quickly, as opposed to sometimes even people out here don't move as quickly as the Save with Conrad team. So everything was really well done, really efficient, and I would definitely recommend Save with Conrad to others. My name is Rajie. I'm in Sacramento, California, and I was able to get into my dream home with SaveWithConrad.com.
Available number 212 Equal Housing Lender. SaveWithConrad.com.
Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson, the TV on your PC, even on your phone. Come and take a ride down memory lane. Mornings are for what happened. Tell me, tell me. I have so many questions. Gotta let me know. Conrad fired up, ready to go. Tell me, tell me. I have so many questions. Gotta let me know. Conrad fired up, ready to go.
Hey, it's Conrad the Mortgage Guy, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm great, Conrad. How you doing, buddy?
Man, better than I deserve. Excited to be with you. I'm having some equipment malfunctions tonight, but your equipment will never malfunction with Blue Chew. That's a little early for that spot, but hey, man, I'm excited to be back with you. I know last week you were on your long trek across the pond.
Yeah.
Looks like you made it back safe and sound. Tell us about it, man. How was the UK?
Well, as we are recording this, first of all, everyone who has joined us live, thank you for being here. And we appreciate you being with us live. Of course, this drops on Monday for our fans who are with us on Patreon. And so I just got back. Lois and I just landed about 5:45 Eastern time tonight. Got home about 7:15, and it was there. Look at that smile on that beautiful woman's face. We had a great time. We really did. We went to a lot of different places in Scotland. We stayed most of the time in. We stayed. We got into Glasgow on Glasgow, I guess how you pronounce it, on Monday. And stayed the entire time until Saturday. Saturday, we went with a couple of very good friends of ours in the wrestling business to see Phantom of the Opera at Her Majesty's Theatre on the West End of London, which is where the original Phantom of the Opera was performed. It's been there since October of 1986, and it's the fifth time I've seen that show. First time I ever saw it at the original theater in London, and I've got to say it was the best experience that we've ever had watching the Phantom of the Opera. And then, of course, we had Glasgow on Wednesday, and then we taped Glasgow, and did we tape it the very next? Yeah, we taped that same night, and then, of course, had our show on Sunday, which boy, did I have a great time. What a responsive, wonderful crowd that we seem to generate in Great Britain. It's just wonderful. Brian wants to know, did you get a haircut? No, I just haven't washed my hair. I've been traveling all day and just let it go. So,
well, we're not going to let it go that we're sitting down to watch a fun pay-per-view. We always have a good time with the outdoor shows. Today will be no different. We're going to be watching Road Wild 1999, or as they call it on Peacock, Season 3, Episode 1 of Road Wild.
mm-hmm.
We're going to start at 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 35 seconds. So if you haven't already, fire up your Peacock, go to Season 3, Episode 1 of Road Wild. That's 1999, and you want to be at 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 35 seconds. Tony, overall, would you say that you had a good time at these Road Wild events or not so fun?
I really, really enjoyed them. Let me tell you why. Because I love road trips, and we would go into Sturgis, and then we would work. Like, I remember one time we worked Cheyenne, Wyoming. We would work somewhere on Monday for Nitro. Road Wilds were on a Saturday, so we had all Sunday to get to where we had to go. And I got to drive to some places I've never driven before, which I love to drive. And I remember one time we took a back road at night after Sturgis. Can't remember who was with me. I believe Colonel Robert Parker was with us at one time. And we took a back road, and it was like a desolate back road. And there were like 5 deer laying on the fucking road, not just crossing the road, laying there like, well, nobody comes here. We might as well warm up. And it was just, I loved Road Wilds because I loved the experience. And it was pretty neat being a part of the experience of Sturgis and that motorcycle rally. And you saw a lot of freaks. You saw a lot of bikers. There's a lot of the weekend bikers, and a lot of the regular bikers. And it was very cool. So I enjoyed it. I really did. I know there was, I'm going to need you to tell me, of course, and I'm sorry to everybody, I'm kind of behind here, but hey, that's my life. I'm going to need you to tell me before we start once again, how I can see it on Peacock. Okay. But not right now, but anyway, back to Sturgis. It was always a lot of fun. And, although I don't know if anyone has ever said this, or even if maybe I mentioned this, we would set the ring up in like a big open area where all the bikers could go around, right? And it was a gravel area, and a lot of the wrestlers would be hit with hands full of gravel as they were heading towards the ring. So it wasn't really the safest place to wrestle, but I really, really enjoyed it. And of course, it was part of Eric's vision, right? And Eric was a big motorcycle guy, as I think most of us know or should know. So it was, I really, really enjoyed my time there.
Well, we hope you enjoy your time with us. One more time, we're watching Road Wild 1999. That's Season 3, Episode 1 on Peacock. We're going to be at 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 35 seconds. That's 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 35 seconds. This is actually the last ever Sturgis show for WCW.
Okay.
It happened on August 14th. I'm looking forward to this, man. I mean, I know that this wasn't for everybody, but it was a moment in time, and that's what we're about, is celebrating those moments here, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, we had bad and ugly. We sure did at times.
Well, speaking of bad, we got Bad Money Slim in the house with us tonight. Greatly appreciate him showing up. Jason Taylor is with us. We see Jim in Buffalo. Brian's here. Rajie is here. Andre and Derek and Brian F is here. greatly appreciate everybody from John Hamilton and Coach Rosie and the whole cast and characters that show up to watch wrestling with us on a Monday night. We hope if you haven't already, you'll join us on Peacock. Tony, do you have everything figured out for your ability to watch the program now?
I think I do, sir. Hang on a second. Yeah.
That's season 3, episode 1, 1
Got
hour,
that.
15
1 hour.
minutes, 35 seconds.
1 hour, 14:35.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as you guys imagine, I'm very prolific at computers. Just
You're real good at it. Everybody knows that.
yeah, I'm just and of course, here's another thing too. I have a Mac, which you don't have, and that's the problem with you not having your stuff ready right now, because with a Mac you just plug and play. It's things like that. So
well, I mean, I can figure out how to find the video and get it to 1 hour, 14 minutes and 35 seconds. So I don't know. Maybe it's not all bad. Hey, we're going to be joining this show in progress. The first match that night was Rey Mysterio teaming with Billy Kidman and Eddie Guerrero in a 6-man against Vampiro and the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh my God.
In front of this crew, that had to be something else.
Yeah.
Mysterio, Kidman, and Guerrero go over. They get 12 minutes and 22 seconds. I got 2.25 stars in the Observer.
Mhm.
Next, we would see the Harlem Heat win the tag titles again, this time from Chris Kanyon and Bam Bam Bigelow. They go 13 minutes and 6 seconds. Meltzer would say that Stevie Ray and Bigelow was unbelievably bad, but whatever. It got 1 star. The next match was Perry Saturn teaming with Shane Douglas and Dean Malenko to take on the Rapist Crap Boys. They got Barry Windham and Kurt Hennig and Bobby Duncombe Jr. That got 3/4 star in 10 minutes and 57 seconds. And the fourth match, one that we're missing, is a dud rating, according to Dave Meltzer, that went 7 minutes and 24 seconds. But it was the first match to have any real crowd heat of the show, according to Dave Meltzer. Both Bagwell would beat Ernest Miller. And what we're about to watch is Chris Benoit and Diamond Dallas Page. So I'm kind of fired up about this. We'll follow that up with Sid and Sting, Goldberg and Rick Steiner, Randy Savage and Dennis Rodman. And I think there's a porta potty involved, if memory serves.
Oh my God.
And then Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash, where the loser must retire for like a week. So this will be fun. I'm looking forward to this.
No one ever believed that loser must leave town or retire type match from all the way back, right? I mean, back in the territory days, loser must leave town. Well, that means he was going to a new territory.
That's right.
And they would work here for a little bit, and sometimes years later he would come back. And then loser must quit, loser must retire. No one ever bought that shit. So be that as it may, it's one of those things in wrestling about loser must retire. This was not the one. I want to say this gently. This was not the one with Ric Flair and Eddie Guerrero. You didn't mention that match. Okay. That match was, and you can go back and listen to it if you think I'm a liar. Good for you, but you can go back and listen to it. That was the one where Bobby had too much to drink.
Yeah, he got all zooted out. I think that was Hog Wild 96. That's before it became Road Wild.
Yeah, Hog Wild. And he had this water bottle, which we thought was a water bottle, but it was straight vodka.
Roll Tide on that.
Yeah, and of course, it was warm there. It was summertime. Sun was baking us and everything early, and so I never will forget that this is when Dusty would ask Heenan a question on the telecast, and I knew Heenan was like tipsy to the point to where he got kind of drunk, or he got drunk, and Dusty would ask Heenan a question, and I would like elbow Dusty, like, don't ask him a fucking question. He's drunk. And he would keep doing it. And then there was one point where he said Eddie Guerrero's name, and he sounded like, if you remember Foster Brooks from back in the Johnny Carson days, he sounded like that. That always, when I go back and hear that always makes me laugh, because, sure, he had too much to drink, but what the fuck, right? He's Bobby Heenan.
Yeah, I agree.
Let him do what he wants to do. But anyway, that's when I think of Sturgis, I think of that moment, that time that Heenan was drinking. And I think of the trips we had because it was a lot of fun. And, I've brought this up many times. To be in wrestling as long as I've been in wrestling has been, I hate to use the word blessing because that's overused, but it's been wonderful. And I've been so fortunate. And when I think about the fun that I've had in wrestling, and we do have fun. We had fun in London. We had a blast. It was so stressful getting that show ready. But we had a lot of fun once it starts. And we had a lot of fun leading up to it and everybody being in a new country. But the greatest thing about being in wrestling, if you've been in wrestling for any extended period of time, like I have, the greatest thing about wrestling is the road trips. And I'm talking about from town to town when you're driving in a car. When you leave after the show that night and drive to the next town. And sometimes, and I've been in it long enough to where the trips have been 6 hours driving overnight. And I've been in it long enough to where I've gotten lost, and Heenan used to scream at me about getting lost. And Heenan and I would get into arguments about turn here, turn there. And I go back and we kind of got mad at each other a couple of times, but I go back and I think about those, and those were wonderful trips. And even today, when I take trips and drive around, the road trips are the greatest thing about being in pro wrestling. Ask anybody about that. At least anybody who's quote unquote been in it for quite a while. Maybe the young kids can't experience that because right now, basically, you fly in to do a show, you fly out, you fly in to do a show, and you fly out. We have very little time on the road between venues, but it's still the greatest thing. And I was talking to Alex Marvez, who's a good friend and a good guy, and Don Callis. We were talking about how much we loved taking road trips. And as you would say, anybody would tell you this who's been in wrestling, you take a road trip and you rebook the territory, right? You say, oh, this is how I would do it. And then you say, yeah, well, that sucks. Well, how would you do it? And that's the fun of what we do. And that's why I'm so fortunate to have been in the business. So anyway, Road Wild makes me think of road trips, and I love them.
The only thing you love more than that is getting your ding dong real hard. And that's why you enter the room dick first, thanks to Blue Chew. You see, Blue Chew is not just a tablet, it's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. You ever tried to tuck in a submarine? Guys, this isn't just about performance. This is about legacy or your third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. When you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. So go discover your options at bluechew.com. We've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, you can get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use a promo code. It's called WHW. That's all you need at checkout. And then you'll just pay the $5 for shipping. Done. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head on over to bluechew.com. Use that promo code WHW, and bluechew.com has all your details and safety information as well. Big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring today's podcast and Lois's wiener. Tony, I've got the show locked and loaded on my side. You ready to fire down?
I'm almost, but we do have some more photos from the Phantom.
But do you want to show it during the show? Okay.
There, outside Her Majesty's Theater. And this is after the show. This girl to our right who kind of photobombed everything was so nice. You see her right there on the right. And they were just so nice. I mean, this theater has been in existence seemingly forever. And since 1986, if we go to the next picture, you'll see there Lois tell me, stand away from it so you don't step on it. There's the close-up of it. And that's where in world premiere, October 9th, 1986, the musical phenomenon, The Phantom of the Opera, and we saw it there. So it was just a great time. So there you go.
Can I just mention that Lois is looking terrific?
Isn't she looking terrific? She has lost so much weight.
Dude, it's unbelievable. She looks like a different person.
I know she does. Absolutely. She has lost so much weight, and she had a great time. She has her walking stick there where it's hard for her to get around because she's had a replacement hip and a replacement knee. But she did okay. And we went to many castles, went to the castle in Sturgis. Stirling Castle in Scotland. Went to Edinburgh Castle in Scotland, and saw the National Military Tattoo, which is a bunch of pipes and bagpipes and things marching. That was cool. So anyway, there we were at the Phantom. Love the
Well, I'm
Phantom.
glad you guys had a good time, and I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad we're going to be watching a little Road Wild 99. Tony, you got a countdown for us? You're going to kick it old school?
No, we got a countdown. This is kind of a long countdown, but we don't mind because, as we know, Conrad is long-winded. And this comes from Adam Dye. It's a very special countdown. So hang in here. You ready, Conrad?
I'm ready.
There's something else.
You think we'll be able to hear it?
You can't hear it?
No.
You cannot hear that.
No, sir.
Okay, then don't worry about it. I got this new
It's a Mac, so it's plug and play. I don't hear any of your shit. Give us a countdown. Fuck you, Tony.
3 motherfucking 2. 2 motherfucking 1. Play, motherfucker.
I love it. Here we are. What a crowd shot. Tony, you see any listen, I don't know if it's true or not, but I know in Mardi Gras allegedly ladies like to do things and share things that they might not normally share. Was that happening back there in Sturgis? Were you seeing a lot of ladies lifting the laundry or what have you?
No, I didn't notice that. I knew you would probably go there because that's how you are, but I don't remember seeing that. And of course, being the nice young man that I was back then, I would never even look that way,
Oh, you didn't look at the crowd. You just kept your head down on the monitor the whole time.
That's what professionals do.
Oh, okay. Because I see you posing for pictures all the time at AEW. You just fucking off these days and you were serious back then, or what's the deal?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Oh God, I love doing this show.
I'm old. Hey, I got to announce on Sunday 18,992, which was pretty special. Be able to go in the ring and do that.
Dude, I mean, how about this? What a terrific show it was. And I know that me and you've talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you could put a word in with Tony that we could get more matinee pay-per-views? I love that All In was during the day. I love that Forbidden Door was during the day. Like,
yeah,
man, I know that sometimes people complain about the length of the show. I don't think they do that if it's a matinee show, Tony.
I agree.
They flew by. I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I could put in a word, but it's probably not going to go anywhere. I mean, there's a lot of people who have input into when shows,
Sure.
And you know who many of those people are that work in the front office. And it's not that I say they don't know what they're doing. They do know what they're doing. There's so many variables about having an afternoon show compared to a night show. Obviously, we have an afternoon show when we go out to London because
of the time difference. Yeah,
we're 5 hours ahead. It was 1 o'clock here, but Eastern time, noon, of course, your time in Central, but it was 6 o'clock in London time when we took the air. So
I fucking love it, dude. It flew by. My daughter Kansas has fallen in love with Tony Storm, so she couldn't wait to come over and watch it. We got to watch it together, and I'm loving that she's back in wrestling, and it just made for a fun day for she and I. And so I think WWE has one this weekend in Paris, so I assume that's going to be a daytime show too. And man, I'm all in for it, dude. I don't know why it's so different for me, but it is. It feels like you get your whole day back.
Yeah, I know. It is. It's good stuff. It really is. Really is good stuff. I don't understand why my playback didn't work. It said it was,
Me neither, since they're always so damn plug and play. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but there was a bit of a controversy that has popped up about The Undertaker. Have you heard about this?
Of course I haven't.
Well, so The Undertaker had a podcast that he started last year, perhaps the year before.
Okay.
And it was with I don't know, a non-wrestler. So I guess, The Undertaker's quote unquote Conrad. And the guy's a really nice guy. His name's Matt. And then all of a sudden the podcast sort of went dark and there were no new episodes. And then what do you know? A new podcast, very similar in name, but no longer using the name Mark Calloway, now calling it The Undertaker, pops up as an official WWE podcast hosted by Fanatics. But Matt was out, and the new co-host with The Undertaker is his Hall of Fame wife, Michelle McCool.
Okay.
And that has been met with a fair amount of criticism amongst the hardcore wrestling fans who liked Matt and liked the old show. And there was a tweet that came out that I wanted to share with you.
Oh, brother.
It was basically asking something about wives regarding podcasts. I think Silva may have the tweet for us.
Okay. Dave.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay.
But either way,
there it is. There it is.
Has there ever been a wrestling podcast that's been improved when the wrestler's wife becomes a part of it? I loved this question, and I loved the answer even more. Take a look at this, Tony. Yeah. Someone responded with Lois Schiavone and those Lois Rule shirts. Now, I don't know if Silva can switch back. I'd love for people to see this is the Lois that we started with on What Happened When.
Yep.
And look at the new and improved Lois Schiavone. My God, I'm so proud of her. Good for her. Looks like a different person.
Looks like a different person. Yeah.
Isn't that great though that people are absolutely loving Lois? I don't know if you saw, but we had some spy shots of her actually enjoying Forbidden Door that made it to Twitter too, and people were asking me, "Hey, is this Lois?"
Wow.
And it says, beyond having Tony back doing what we love him doing, the greatest thing about his 2017 return is us getting to know Lois. How cool is this, dude?
Yeah, this was she at Glasgow. She stayed in the back and kind of watched everything go in there. And she's never been a wrestling fan, which I always thought was great. And because I don't need to come back home and her to give me her critique of matches or her critique of my announcing. She never did. But she really enjoyed being in the back. And then she really enjoyed coming out to outside. Now, Tommy Carlucci, young Tommy Carlucci, who we've known the Carlucci family for a long time. And he works for us, and he went in the back and brought Lois out, and she sat there. And then when I would trade off and on, I would go back and stand back with her back there. So she really, really enjoyed that. And so we had a great time. And it was great having her there. And she really enjoyed it, which was good. By the way, Diamond Dallas Page is taking on Chris Benoit here.
Yes.
What does the dirt sheet say about this match? Because these were two pretty good performers.
It's actually a pretty well-received match. It got 3 1/4 stars. It says this is the only good match of the show. He gives some nice commentary, sort of breaking down all the moves. But yeah, they go 12 minutes and 14 seconds, and Meltzer Duggett said it was the only good match on the show. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but Alex Wheaton is with us here live, and he says, I missed the Lois countdowns, and he puts the heart emoji there. Yeah. What do you think? You think you could I know Lois is in bed now, but do you think you could pre-record a Lois countdown for us? That'd be a cool thing to bring back on a regular basis.
I'm sure I could. She's not in bed right now.
What? Okay.
Well, we got in here just a couple of hours ago.
Oh, that's right. So her time's off a little bit right now.
Yeah, and she's still down. Last check, talking to our dog sitter who was here and lived in our house for a week. As you can see, the dogs are all around. Over here is Pookie or Dobby, and there's a couple of beagles laid out here. So she's still down talking to the dog sitter as she does. Anyway, we'll certainly have her do a countdown.
Bad Money Slim says, God, I missed y'all. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about Tony's Harley Davidson Kangol hat. We haven't spent much time talking about you wearing the silly hat at Road Wild. What can you tell us about that?
I don't know. I came up with all that stuff on my own. I thought, let's kind of Sturgis it up, and let's come up with that hat. And I think I had it looks, if I recall, I don't know if Dave has it, probably not. I know it's out there. It's been out there for quite a while. And I think I had a jean jacket on, and up until recently, I had that jean jacket, and then I gave it to Goodwill.
Dude, you could have sold it to some asshole and made some money.
I know I could have. I gave a lot, and this was, I said recently, during the 18 years I was out of business, out of the wrestling business. I gave away a lot of stuff to Goodwill and the Salvation Army. So
Coach Rosie's with us, and he wants to know, Tony, do you suffer from jet lag when you go across the pond? Does it take you a minute to get adjusted, or you bounce back pretty good?
I bounced back really well. I'm very fortunate that, and God bless Mike Dawkins. In my latest contract, I got very good accommodations. So, but even then, I've never really suffered that much from jet lag. I do remember that back in the only time I recall suffering jet lag was back in '91 when we had that show at the Egg Dome in Tokyo, and we went out there, and I flew back from Tokyo, and I hadn't been used to flying overseas like that,
Right.
and that kind of got me. And we even flew, to Sydney, Australia, or Brisbane, Australia recently, and that didn't bother me at all. So it didn't bother me. I am I am bidding on a card, and I was just outbid by some jack off. So
How long till it ends?
2 minutes.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is fun.
Isn't this great? Mhm.
Yeah, we got to do this more often. We just
I know.
need you to start spending more money here on the show.
This is for the Bob Gibson 1959 Topps rookie card. It is the only card I have left. Once I get this card, once I get this card, I will have my 1959 complete. I've got 1 minute and 22 seconds on that. Meanwhile, take a look at how this referee,
Charles Robinson is unbelievable, isn't he?
isn't he something else? Yeah.
I mean, he's handsome, and I
Yeah.
hate him.
And he's still handsome to this day. I mean, it's like, right? We say this many times. It's like he's Benjamin Button. He just didn't age.
Something great has just happened while we were recording on
Okay.
Monday Night Raw. And I've sent a link over to Dave Silva, and he'll have it ready in a few minutes. But I assure you, it will be something that you will be very, very happy to see.
Okay, that'll be great.
I also want to mention and want to give a quick shout out to the Blue Meanie who posted on social media and threw some love for you guys. I thought this was pretty cool. If there was only something to do in Philly in the next couple of weeks,
Good stuff.
he's posting himself standing in front of the truck out there at the corner of Swanson and Rittner. If you haven't already, make plans to be in AEW tonight in the old ECW arena, the 2300 arena. I can't wait to see what you guys have up your sleeve. I don't know why I'm so pumped for this show, but I am. Can't wait to see it. Oh, did you win? Is that it?
They're determining the winner. I hit it. I don't think I did. And I hope I didn't, because I just paid way too much for this card.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, I won it. I won it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Come on now. Joke's on you, motherfucker. Now you got to pay.
All right. Check out now.
How about it?
I got it. I'm complete with 1959. How about that?
That was your last card?
Last card for the 1959.
Can you share how, I know you're embarrassed. Can you share how much that cost you?
It'll make headlines on the dirt sheets.
Well, I mean, if you don't tell us, we're just going to go digging on eBay and find it. So you could just tell us.
With shipping.
Yep.
And tax, $787.47.
Oh, that's not bad. Good for you.
Okay.
Dude, how about that? Good for you, dude.
Yeah, there was one fucker bidding against me, and I'm doing like
that was me. You told us ahead of time that you were doing it, and I was just thought it'd be good for the show to fuck around. So
I know who it was, because he and I have been bidding back and forth all week, and I mean, he would like I went to 550, and all of a sudden it says now he's up to 600, and I went to 650, and now he's up to 700. I went 750 right at 3 seconds, hit it, and it got in there. So I'm going to find his name and go, fuck you, dude.
Well, you just did. You just told him on your global podcast.
Well, he doesn't know me from Adam.
Call his handle out. Let's just shit on him. We'll get people
Yeah.
to spam him. It'll be great.
Yeah.
By the way, Bad Money Slim is here with us, and oh my gosh, Megan Nelson's here. Can you believe it?
Wow, what's Megan doing here?
It's past her bedtime. I'm proud of her.
I know, absolutely.
We're gonna have to clean our act up. Stop with all the wiener talk.
Mhm.
Bad Money Slim, sorry hearing how you were donating all that shit during your years away from wrestling.
Right.
Says some assholes walking around in Tony's old clothes and doesn't even know it. I don't know why, but that's a great line. Thank you for that, Bad Money.
Absolutely. There it is. There's the
Oh,
picture.
what a fucking picture.
Mm-hmm. That was a pretty cool looking motherfucker there, wasn't it? Look at the hair down the back.
I'm gonna tell you what, the fella in the middle, he definitely owns nipple clamps. Just know for sure that that's the case.
Look in the back here as this wide shot. Butterfly fries, hamburger steak. Here comes Who's Better Than Canyon. And who's watching from the back there? What's that?
Steak sandwich. I see something about sausage.
There's Mike Graham in the background on the left. Dean Malenko's back there. I don't know what that shot was about. But as you can see, there's a lot of people just really not paying attention to this wrestling. And I get it. You know, they're there for the there's Perry Saturn watching.
Yeah, they're part of the revolution.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then this is the Jersey Triad, of course.
Got it. See, you remember that.
Bryant is with us here live, and he says, with AEW starting its Philly residency, will you stay in Philly at all or just fly in and out the day of the show, Tony?
Well, I'm going to stay in Philly the first 2 weeks. I'm going to this Wednesday, I'm going to go in. Actually, day after tomorrow, I'm going to go to Philly and stay through the week. Come back Sunday, and I'll do that the very next week. But then afterwards, I'll go back and forth. So that's it.
Coach Keith is going to be at one of those shows.
Uh-huh.
Mrs. Nelson says she wishes she was going to one of the Philly shows.
Right.
And I wanted to go Wednesday tonight, but
I thought you were going to go for sure.
That was my plan. But I got some stuff that has popped up and I won't be able to attend. But I will not miss it. I'm going to watch it live. I may even do a little viewing party.
Wait a minute.
I'm not saying I have any inside information, but I am saying this in particular, like as you're listening to this on Wednesday, tonight is the episode I would not miss, hypothetically.
Okay.
In Philadelphia.
Looking forward to that. So Chris Benoit is the U.S. champion still. I think he came in with the belt and has something to say to the camera. And,
it was he pinned him in a no DQ match.
Oh, how about that?
I wanted to mention after you're gonna talk about the remaining card, and then you're gonna send it to Chad, who's hosting a motorcycle giveaway.
Oh,
and
wow.
he says American Iron Horse sponsored Road Wild and provided the bike for the contest. And then Chad has one of the American Iron Horse ladies roll the tumbler and the door is stuck. After fiddling with it, Chad grabs an envelope and hands it to Tim Edmonton. He's the president of American Iron Horse. And Tim announces Darnell Potter as the winner, and Heenan loses it. He's laughing at the guy's name. Heenan thought they said Darnell Squatter. We haven't spent a lot of time talking about Chad. What can you tell us about Chad? He was a fixture here in the dying days of WCW.
Couldn't tell you anything about him. Just I would say hello to Chad, and he would say hello to me, and that was about it. I wish I knew more, but I didn't. You know, I was a big shot, right? I just walk in.
Oh, no, yeah. You ran all the producers. You just tell them, hey, go get my coffee, boy.
Shit like that. And now it's go get my
Metamucil, boy.
You know, I drink.
Oh, goddamn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say anything on the program.
Go ahead, say it. That I'm a suck up. There you go. Oh, look at this. Look at this with my hat on.
Did you drink one?
I don't know if I did or not. Take a look at can we show this shot of me with this hat?
That's what we were talking about earlier. The Harley Davidson King.
No, this is different. This is a different shot. This is me and Tanae and Heenan.
Well, because the shot from earlier was not actually on this show.
That was on the first one. That was on the first show.
Yeah.
This is the one. Oh God almighty.
It's so silly.
Isn't it so silly?
We got to talk about
Look at him.
what's
Heenan.
funnier to you, Heenan or Tanae or
Heenan.
yourself?
It just Heenan, just his antics when you just see him, and you can just if you're watching Heenan, you can say that he's saying something stupid because we all want to laugh, and we are laughing right there. He always said just some silly, stupid shit, and he would just want to make us pop. I mean, that was his effort on camera.
Hey, did you see there was an indie who ran Sturgis this year?
There was an Indian ran Sturgis? You mean like a Native American?
Oh God, come on! I mean, an independent wrestling show.
Oh, independent wrestling show. I didn't see that. No.
Zach, who is the YouTube partner with Maven on Maven's channel, his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
He was the founder of Below Zero Wrestling, and they had like 3,000 people there to see wrestling at Sturgis. So I think it's cool that somebody brought it back. Of course, Zach lives in the Dakotas, so
right,
it's a no-brainer for him. If you live in the Dakotas, why wouldn't you run Sturgis, right?
Yeah, absolutely you would. Absolutely. Now we are watching. I don't know what anybody's time code is, but if you're on the Peacock with me, I'm at 1:34, 27, 28, 29. Chad Damiani is opening up the tumbler there, and a very good looking brunette is pulling out something.
Well, I can't wait to see what she pulls out.
And here is what's the guy's name? He's going to make the announcement. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, winning the motorcycle is Conrad Thompson.
Hey,
we don't have a motorcycle big enough, so we'll have to give it to Casio Kid. Well, we still don't have a motorcycle big enough. Let's give it to Dave Silva. What? Well, maybe we'll have to put 2 motorcycles together for Dave's cheeks. Thank you, Chad. And let's go back to Tony. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
One more time. I don't know if we had equipment malfunction or what. I know you're having problems with your Mac tonight. Could you, in a loud and clear voice, pronounce Chad's last name for us?
Chad Damiani. I don't remember.
I think you nailed it, if I'm honest with you.
Okay, I did?
You nailed it. I wouldn't even try again. I don't think you can improve upon perfection.
Okay. I will not try again then.
We're looking forward to this next match. I don't know if you heard when I was running it down, but unbelievably, the next match is Sid Vicious and Sting.
Mm-hmm.
And Sid's only 40 years old here.
Wow.
But they're pushing that he's old in the Observer. That Sid is now the 40-year-old Millennium Man. But I don't know, man. 40-year-old wrestlers don't seem that uncommon now. I guess back then it was a reason to mention, but I mean, shit, Flair's way older than that at this point. Like, what are we talking about?
Well, here's one of the reasons, and that's because we did not travel. Well, we had a trainer. Okay, we did have a trainer that came out and helped out with medical, but we traveled now an actual doctor and about 4 physical therapists. And they are waiting in the back when a wrestler comes through with drinks, like a Gatorade type substance. I don't know what they use for the wrestler. They check over the wrestler right there when they come in the back. So there is, and of course, there's been a lot of advancement in taking care of your body in the 30 years. So wrestlers are going to have a longer lifespan, so to speak, or span to be able to perform
an in-ring career.
Now than they used to have back then. Sting is, to me, Sting wrestling at 60 is amazing,
no doubt.
Because he and then again, of course, now you don't have the travel, you don't have the house shows, so you don't have that road wear. And believe you me, road wear, especially from these big athletes, can get you down because they perform, they take bumps, they would travel overnight. They would try to get their rest. They'd need to get a workout in, and they had long days with, so the travel would wear the bodies down back then. And I'm not making excuses for the guys back then, nor am I saying that the wrestlers these days have it easy, because they don't.
Right.
It was just a different time, different sport. So I can see where 40-year-olders would be very old, and I mean, we're seeing Adam Copeland being able to perform now, right? And Christian Cage and those guys who have been and I thought it was wonderful, by the way, to see them as a team again, even though, it wasn't the Edge and Christian that you remember from way back when. It's still them, all right? Cope and Christian. I thought it was great seeing them in the ring together. And I was excited on Wednesday to be able to stand in the ring with them.
It was a big deal. I was really excited to see him. I'm glad that that reunion finally happened. Can't wait to see what's coming next.
Yep.
I know that September 20th will be here before you know it. I'm not going to be in Toronto, but it's another pay-per-view I'll be watching with K Diggity Dog, and I can't wait. I do want to ask you, and by the way, I can't talk about that, or I don't have any inside information, or piss off Conrad are all fine responses. But I do know.
Piss off Conrad.
Okay. I was going to ask.
Okay. I just wanted to take advantage of that chance, but go ahead.
Lots of rumor and innuendo. Think we'll see Chris Jericho in AEW again, or is there smoke to that fire, or what do you think?
If there's smoke to that fire, it has not been thrown my way.
Well, there you go. Straight from the horse's mouth, boys.
And I was backstage with Tony Khan most of this entire trip. Chris Jericho's name was not mentioned, but that doesn't mean anything. Tony, a lot of times, will make this. He'll get on the phone with that person and not tell anybody. He likes to keep things close to the vest. I don't know. I really don't know. I've been wondering myself. I guess I should have asked, and then I would have known. But
well, it's one of those deals where I kind of feel like you're not supposed to ask. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you know what? I don't ask because I don't want to get blamed if it gets
Yes.
if it leaks. So the less you know, the better. Yeah, the less you know, the better.
I've always done that with Bruce, and I think some of my friends in my inner circle are like, "Why don't you ask?" And I'm like, "Because like no good comes of that. Like,
no, it doesn't. Yeah.
If he tells me something and then it comes out, then he has to wonder, did Conrad leak it? But if I don't know shit, then he never has to worry about, hey, can I trust Conrad? So I just don't ask.
That's one of the reasons I've said that so many times on this podcast, that I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
And you know what? I don't want to know what's going to happen.
It makes it more organic. It's more real. Yeah, I agree.
For the 10-man cage match, I had no idea where that was going. I had no idea that who was going to that they were going to do that to Darby, what they were going to do to Will Ospreay after the match, what they would do to Darby with the ear.
Man, that ear spot was brutal. That was something else. And I got to tell you, kudos to whoever thought of the little touches. I love that. You got the announcement from the Dapper Yapper that these lights are going to go off, and when they come back on, AEW can't be held responsible. But even removing the AEW logo from the ring, I thought was a nice touch. Like,
yeah,
it was really, really well done. And I got to say, the thing I was most happy about in that is that Will Ospreay got such a great entrance and climbed up to the top of the stage and got to celebrate with the fans. I mean, we all know that he's facing a pretty major surgery, and I'm sure it's a natural concern that anybody in his position would have. Hey, am I going to be able to come back and do it the way I've been doing it?
All right.
And so if this was it, now it's not. I mean, we're all going to be positive and we want to see him wrestle until he's 150. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, I'm sure it would cross his mind like, hey, if this is the last time I feel like this, I'm glad he had that moment. It was really cool to see that.
Yeah, but he's a good dude, man. He's ever since Will has arrived, I've been amazed, and I think all of our fans have been amazed, even the ones who are with us here tonight, been amazed about what Will Ospreay can do.
Yes.
And even from day one, I remember going to Will and say, Will, God, you're unbelievable, but sometimes you don't have to do all this crazy shit, right? And he said, that's the only way I know how to do it, mate. And there you go. So, yeah.
Were you at the first one of those early Wale Manias when Will was there?
No.
I know for sure Bruce and I were, and Court got him in, and I remember thinking, because he had just done that fabulous sequence with Ricochet, and I guess Vader had said, oh, this isn't wrestling or whatever. And then, of course, he wound up working with Will. And I just thought that was such a cool moment, especially with the benefit of hindsight, because at that point, you weren't back on TV yet. Bruce wasn't back on TV yet. Like, nobody was really actively doing anything in the business. Then you fast forward, you're the voice of AEW. Bruce is running WWE Creative. Will Ospreay is the best wrestler in the world. Yeah. And we were all at fucking Wale Mania. Shout out to Court Bauer.
Never went to a Wale Mania that I remember.
I thought I got some drunk and took you to one.
You could have. I thought it was neat. We were watching here, of course, Sid Vicious and Sting Stinger here coming with the Stinger splash and missing, but he had sent Sid Vicious all the way out to the outside. And when Sid would go across the rail, fans would grab him and try to throw him back in. This is a very different crowd. I would venture to say less wrestling fans in a Road Wild crowd than you would have in a regular show. I would venture to say that most of these were just here for the spectacle of it.
Oh, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I'm sure some were wrestling fans, but the fact is that you got these bikers and they're saying, "Hey, there's wrestling." Yeah, and guess what? Hogan's going to be there. Hulk Hogan's going to be there. Yeah, let's show up, because I'll guarantee you, Hulk Hogan. Everybody knew Hulk Hogan's name.
Well, no doubt.
Yeah, as they do today.
Coach Rosie's with us here live, and he says, Tony, have you ever driven a motorcycle in your life?
I've not. I've ridden on a motorcycle, but I've not driven one.
You rode bitch on a motorcycle?
I rode bitch on a motorcycle, yeah.
That's amazing.
But and that was shit. That was back when I was in high school.
Wait a minute, you didn't ride motorcycles in college?
No.
Well, you told me you used to ride hogs in college. What were you talking about?
Well, there was a couple of girls that were named.
Okay. Oh, that's
Okay. No, I never did ride a motorcycle. I just think they're. This sounds like an old fucker, but that's what I am, right? I just think they're so dangerous.
Oh, there's no doubt. My dad was in a coma for over a month because of a motorcycle.
Was he really?
Yeah. So I'm not getting on a motorcycle.
All right. There's a big backbreaker by Sid. 1, 2 says Johnny Boone, and it's only a 2 count. Sting comes out. Look at the blue sky at Sturgis. Just crystal clear blue sky at Sturgis.
Hey, I've got something here for you, Tony. This was from earlier tonight on Monday Night Raw, as you may recall, or I don't even know that you know this. Probably.
I don't.
WWE is abroad right now too, because they have a European run and a tour and a big pay-per-view this weekend.
Yeah.
But because of that, you may remember Austin Powers had a pretty iconic character that was, I believe he was of Scottish descent.
Right.
And he was a portly fellow. You
Yeah.
remember that character's name?
Yes. It was
Fat Bastard.
Fat Bastard. Yeah. You know, Tony, did you notice how Tony went up?
Get in my belly.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Well, the fans had a little fun tonight on Monday Night Raw. Let's take a look.
Okay. Oh, wrestling purist. Oh, chill out. What's he crying about?
Well, here's what he's talking about. I don't know if you heard it or not.
Hurts the heart. Breaker is believing.
You fat bastard.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
I mean, I think that's because of you, Tony. You were the first person who started doing and saying all that here on the program.
I never called him a fat bastard.
Well, you were making jokes about his gimmicks. You know?
I don't remember making jokes about his gimmick. I don't remember any of that. But I can tell you, I mean, if fans look at you and see that they say, fuck Don Callis, right?
Wait. How can you tell from looking at Don Callis that you should say fuck Don Callis?
Oh, for crying out loud. For crying out loud. You just look at Don Callis and say, fuck him.
I don't know. In my opinion, Don Callis is the greatest manager of all time.
Okay, well, still, he can go fuck himself.
That's hurtful. That's aggressive.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, speaking of aggressive, I think that your boy Taz may have some aggression. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a tweet that I got earlier today.
Let me say this before you go any further. You always say, I don't know if you've heard this or not. The answer is always going to be no, more than likely. Whoop, there go the dogs. Especially if it's on Twitter. I haven't heard it. I haven't seen it. As a matter of fact, I told my daughter, I said, let's not even post on Twitter anymore. I said, I'll keep my subscription on Twitter, because if I don't, some jack off will take my name, pretend he's me. I said, but let's not.
Why don't you just let Dave Silva pretend he's you, and we'll promote the fucking show?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do it on Twitter. Don't give a shit. Fuck it. If we want to promote this show, go to the What Happened When page, or go to Instagram or Facebook, Twitter. We're staying away from, because it's nothing but a fucking sewer. End of story. But anyway, what's your question again?
Well, I was going to show you a goddamn joke, but fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you. But go ahead and show me the joke.
Okay, here you go.
There it is. Contains peanuts, milk, whey, soy. The colors orange is a registered tray. Wow. What did Taz say about that?
I just waved at him and tagged him on Twitter because I just love the idea that the color orange is a registered trademark. Can you imagine when he finds out these fucking chocolate and peanut butter guys are fucking with me, brother?
Well, you know what? Taz may have that trademark.
He may have the color orange.
That would not surprise me.
I think he only has it for wrestling purposes. We'll have
Okay.
to ask gimmick attorney Mike Dyer.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, speaking of Taz, I got something else. Maybe this will turn that frown upside down. You feel a little grumpy today, but maybe there's an idea, hypothetically, to have a little fun with Taz. Let's take a look. Do you want to read that out
loud? Number 3, Tickle Me Elmo was almost Tickle Me Taz, as in the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes. The creators of Tickle Me Elmo, Greg Hyman and Rob Durbin, initially created a chimp that laughed as a prototype toy for Tycho. And although it would have made a great Elmo toy, Tycho liked the idea of the toy. However, they didn't have the rights to make Sesame Street plush toys, only plastic toys, but they did have the rights to make Looney Tunes plush toys and thought Taz would work great for it.
Can you imagine if there was a Tickle Me Taz, bro? Look at that shit. Please, God, show this to
who came up with that?
Silva.
Silva came up with that.
Silva made Tickle Me Taz.
Oh, good God.
And if you think that's funny,
how
about Tickle Me Tony? I can't believe this is real. But we're still not done. There's Tickle Me Taz, there's Tickle Me Tony, and there's Tickle Me Conrad. Tickle Me Taz, bro.
Tickle Me Taz is it, brother.
Can you believe that's a thing?
Oh, I can't.
Sign me up for Tickle Me Taz.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Dave something else too here right now for him to as you can tell, we really do a lot of show prep here.
Well, you've been abroad and you're not on Twitter. We don't even know how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, I know.
I guess we could just send a courier pigeon through Harley Cameron's ass and it'd get to you eventually.
That would be good.
I volunteer to put it in. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure you would. Sid Vicious is blowing his nose at people right now. I have sent Dave Silva. I don't know if you realize this, but as Sid talks into the camera, and I guess Sid got the win.
He's the goddamn millennium man.
Good.
What do you think he's going to happen?
Yeah, he probably cheated. Now Johnny Boone is checking on Sting. Let's take a look at the finish one more time. Here's a superplex off the middle turnbuckle. Sting gets up very, very slowly from this. Here comes, boy, we're really getting slow motion back then, weren't we?
Yeah.
Was Greg not a great director? He picked him up from the Stinger splash and goozled him in the middle of the ring. And Sting did the job. How about Sting, huh? How about a pro?
Meltzer says they did play it up as a huge deal that Sid scored a clean pin on Sting, so get him ready for his program with Goldberg. The two did more than you'd think in the match. 1.5 stars. Next up, it's Bill Goldberg and Rick Steiner. It was never mentioned that Steiner's TV title wasn't at stake. Meltzer says, then again, nobody probably remembered he has the title in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Goldberg got very little pop coming out. Then again, hardly anyone else did either. And Sting came out to dead silence the previous match. The story of the match was Steiner taking Goldberg's knee brace off and pouncing on him, including a clothesline. Goldberg made a strong, fiery comeback with a press slam into a power slam, followed by a spear and a jackhammer. It was fine for what it was. 1.25 stars.
Okay. I think Dave has, before Dave puts that up for everybody to see, my doggies coming back in. I love my doggies. Boy, did I miss them. I don't know if you know that they had recently had a Cracker Barrel changed its logo. Do you know that?
I've heard about this, yes.
Okay. We do have the logo for you, if Dave can show it right now, what they've changed it to, because it's pretty exciting.
How fun is that?
Have you Jeff Jones showed me that. Did that end up online anywhere?
Yeah, we made it, bud. I
You
sent it
did?
to Jeff. Yeah.
You
It was
sent it to Jeff?
Chris McDonald and Dave Silva made it.
Oh, Chris McDonald's still alive?
Yeah, he made some really, really fun stuff with that over the
Yeah,
weekend.
good for him. See, I'm not online, so I didn't see it.
Well, we didn't post it any line. We
oh.
sent it to you.
Sent it to me. Okay, thank you. And I just put it on here right now.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave Silva.
I love that you were like, "Hey, can you believe that we found this? Yeah, we made it, motherfucker."
Oh, yeah, we made it, motherfucker. Well, I thank Dave Silva again.
I love that Dave, when he got your text, replied
Sure.
in the group, our private chat during the show. Ha 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 ha. You won't believe what I found, guys.
Yeah, I was won't believe what Jeff Jones found. He showed it to me.
Yeah. I couldn't help it. I thought it was hilarious, and I had to send it to Jeff because I knew he would get a kick out of it.
Anyway, in reality, Cracker Barrel just changing things around, huh?
Yeah, I guess they're tired of making money. The stock is tanking, and I mean, here, if I'm honest with you, I don't give one shit about the logo, and I kind of was like, "What are they even talking about?" And then I saw pictures of the remodel on the inside.
Yeah,
now it looks like a goddamn First Watch brunch spot, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, man!"
Yeah, they fucked up.
Like the people want it to look like it looked with the silly shit on the walls and the big rock fireplace and blah blah blah. Like, I mean, it's a little weird, but in the end, I was like, "Hey, who cares? What? This is another fake outrage thing to me." I don't know.
Yeah, I know, and it's like that. There was another Southern restaurant that did that and went out of business. Oh gosh.
Hey, Silva just chimed in and said, "Ate there this morning." Boo. Silva, chime in. Has yours been remodeled?
Hasn't been remodeled yet. They have changed up the menus, and the food didn't even taste the same. And I don't know if that's just a mental thing or not, but it was just different. It was a different vibe. The waiters, we were ordering stuff, and they were like, "Can I see that menu? We haven't memorized these menus yet." Oh, okay, that's that. Oh, okay, yeah, I can get you that. And
wait, hang on. Can you still order like an old timers breakfast?
Yeah, you can still order the old timers. I ordered biscuits and gravy, and the guy was like, "Okay, now where's that on here?" And I had to show him, and okay, so okay.
How were the biscuits? That's the only reason I went to Cracker Barrel. That and the hash brown casserole.
Now, the biscuits were hard, dude. They were like rocks. And
that's probably because you're in Texas and it sucks there.
Well, I'm pretty sure that could be it because it wasn't in a tortilla. But man, it was no bueno.
Did you have any hash brown casserole? Did anybody at your table have that?
Yeah, Heather had the hash brown casserole. She said it was okay. But she used to rave about it when we were in Alabama. No joke. It was like a must. And
go ahead.
No. The kids had the pancakes and real
what are you talking about? The kids had the pancakes. Weren't they in fucking school? It's a goddamn window. Do you not let the fuckers go to school?
Homeschool, right, Dave?
No, yeah, I'm doing the Casa Escuela school in Espanol. No, today was doctor's appointments day, so they got a day out.
There you go. Conrad, don't tell a guy how to raise his kids for crying.
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking, they're on. Last week we had a meeting and I got to go to school with the kids. And now today they're not even in school. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is like when Johnny Fairplay said, "Oh, my dead grandma. How many dead grandmas you got, bud? She can't die 17 times. Last week they're going to school. This week they're homeschooled. What the fuck is going? Shenanigans afoot. Shenanigans afoot." Tony, what's your Cracker Barrel order?
I hated Cracker Barrel.
All right, so you won't be missing that at all.
Not at all.
You more of a Waffle House guy?
Yeah, I think so.
What's your Waffle House order?
My Waffle House order is 2 eggs fried well or hard.
Yeah, it's the way to do it.
Yeah, hash browns and grits.
Now, with the hash browns, you put any shit on them?
No. Sometimes I'll put cut up tomatoes and onions, maybe. I don't know, but I don't put any in the ladle of that chili on it or whatever that is.
Oh shit, no. But I mean, do you put ketchup on it or anything?
Yeah, use ketchup. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now listen, we're going to find out if you're a real Southerner or not.
Oh, Christ.
Tell me about them grits. What are you doing to them grits?
I only just put butter on them.
All right, there you go.
Okay, is that unsouthern?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
You
know.
gotta have ham chopped up in it or something.
No, the only person I know who eats grits besides my dad is Cassio, and he gets them every time.
Yeah, grits are pretty good. But I haven't eaten them in a long time. I ate so much food in England that I'm afraid to get on the scale. So I got to go back to the old diet. I only have one day here, and then I'm going to go. I'm going to go back to Philadelphia on Wednesday morning for the show. And hey, look at what Rick Steiner is doing. If we can pay attention to our watch along here, Rick Steiner looks like he's going for Goldberg's knee brace.
Yep.
Rick's pretty good little heel here, isn't he? Or big heel.
I like it. I mean, he didn't have a huge singles run, but I always loved his stuff. I mean, I know he did before the tag team, but I'm saying when they split up, I mean, it was clear Big Papa Pump was going to get most of the TV time. But dude, I thought Rick Steiner, when he was motivated, he was badass.
I just wonder, as I'm seeing these two legit athletes go at it, right? Tough guys. I'm just wondering if Rick Steiner in his prime and Goldberg in his prime went at it, who would win?
Ooh.
Huh?
Rick Steiner would whoop his ass.
I think Rick Steiner whip his ass too, to be honest with you.
There's no doubt. In real life, we're talking about. And I don't mean any disrespect. I know that Goldberg was a badass professional football player. And how many people can say they played a single down in the NFL? So massive kudos and props. And I know he was an amateur half-ass Muay Thai guy.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a Division I scholarship wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Like he would have been able to impose his will on Goldberg in a real way.
Yeah. One of the real, anybody will tell you this, one of the real shooting badasses backstage. I don't mean that in a negative way, like he was mean, but no one knew that in reality, it's like, in a way, kind of like Ming or Haku, that really, and when it got right down to it, you didn't want to fuck with Rick Steiner. I remember Ric Flair saying many times, you're my hero, don't you? And Steiner would like to laugh. He said, no, you're my hero. You're the baddest ass back here. And Rick wasn't like that. He wasn't, he wasn't a bully. He wasn't a bad guy. He was a great kid backstage. But everybody just knew, Rick Steiner, don't want to fuck with that guy.
Might get a Sharpie up the ass. You never know.
You never know.
Did you see him grab his hog and shake it at people in the crowd?
He did just now.
Pretty cool moment there.
Yeah, okay.
Happy birthday to Coach Keith. Coach Rosie's reminding us that it's Coach Keith Morrison's birthday. And Coach Keith even says, hey, Tony, if you need a driver while you're in Philly for the next 2 weeks, give me a call.
Well, Coach, you know what? Why don't you, I don't want you to leave your number. Do you know, Coach, our email? Let me put the email on the chat here.
I've got Coach's contact info, and I'm getting him squared away. You'll be good.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what my schedule is, but yeah. If nothing else, maybe we can see each other and have a laugh. Okay. I just have no idea. I know that we've got a pay-per-view Friday, which is Death Before Dishonor.
Come on.
And then on Saturday we've got we've got our collision, and I'm going to have a day on Thursday where I'm not doing anything, but I'm going to go. I've got relatives in Pennsylvania that I'm going to go see and spend the day with them. So, Coach Rosie says he's still waiting for his coffee with Tony from the old days. Well, Coach,
go, asshole.
Yeah, well, Coach, you know what I'm saying? How many times have you fucking seen me?
Oh, wait. Here's the deal. You can how about you have coffee in St. Louis?
Yeah.
We're all going to be there in October.
Right. Yeah. How about it? How many times have you seen me, Coach Rosie, and never even walked up with a cup of coffee for me?
Hey, I love you for that.
Okay.
You some bitch.
Yeah, some bitch. Well, next time you see me, walk up with a cup of coffee, and I'll say, hey, coffee with Tony. Now get the fuck out of here.
You must be Chad Diablo. By the way, I want to give a quick shout out to the Ring of Honor pay-per-view this weekend. Bandito is going to be defending his world title against Hechicero. That's going to be unbelievable. Yep. Athena is going to be taking on Mina Shirakawa. And if you're not in the loop, let me just tell you, those are two badass world title matches back to back.
Right.
And how about this for a fight without honor? Our great friend of the show, Paul Walterhauser, going to be taking on that nothing happening son of a bitch, QT Marshall.
Wow.
Just a terrible person in real life. And I
Yeah.
mean, you think he's a bad guy on camera. You meet him in real life and you'll know he's just a turd with a capital T.
He will elbow you on the top of your head and then turn around and elbow your kids.
Just an awful human being.
Yep. And Paul Walter Hauser is one of the salt of the earth guys.
Did you see Paul Walterhauser absolutely obliterate Brian Alvarez on Instagram a few weeks ago?
No.
Oh, buddy.
Really?
Oh, it was not polite at all.
Well, good. Paul Walter Hauser, he did commentary with us at Collision when we were in Roanoke.
Oh, they talked about that, and he referenced it.
I'm sure he did. And there was I heard a lot of people, didn't like the commentary. And I thought, what the fuck? He's not a wrestling announcer, right?
Correct.
Just don't expect for him to be a wrestling announcer. Not only that, he loves wrestling, and he was pretty emotional about it, being able to work with me. And that meant a lot to me because, buddy, I don't know if you've seen any of his acting.
He's unbelievable.
He is tremendous. I mean, he's an Emmy and Golden Globe winning actor. And then he was in Fantastic Four. He was in, of course, Naked Gun. And I watched a movie called The Luckiest Man in America that he worked. And he's been in a lot of movies. He's a great actor. So you know what? If you don't like what he did on the air,
FY. By the way, here's what he had to say. This was posted on Instagram, and this happened on August 11th. So as we're talking, it was 2 weeks ago today.
Yeah, it was 2 days after we did our thing on Collision.
He says the Brian and Vinny Show is a podcast web show in which Brian Alvarez and Vincent recap wrestling. Brian Alvarez, the intimidating husband of the duo, goes off passionately about the minutia and the monumental, while Vincent waxes trepidatiously like an emotionally abused housewife as to not upset Brian's staunch take on literally anything. In their latest recap, they made sport out of questioning my having appeared in the pro wrestling scene while pointing out everything from my lack of style to my inability to broadcast well. Then they broached the subject of my wrestling as some guy who looks as if a fart were a person chimed in about me wrestling Joey Janela in Seattle and claimed I got my ass kicked. Let me fill in the gaps for the Wrestling Observer. I'm the guy who repped wrestling from PWG to Clint Eastwood. I'm the guy who helped wrestlers get agents and managers and offered advice on self-tapes, acting choices, and screenplays. I'm the guy who, when Cody Rhodes left WWE, I took him to lunch and wrote a web series for him for free, only to be ghosted by him. I'm the guy who wrote a film for Rated R Cope. I'm the guy who put AEW in my movie Queen Pins. I'm the guy who pitched the wrestlers coming back for the funeral scene in MacGruber. I'm the guy who asked Chris Jericho if I could sing Fozzy in Cobra Kai. I'm the guy who brought his Golden Globe statue to a show and took a guitar shot from Jeff Jarrett. I'm the guy who name-dropped Matt Cardona in my Emmy speech as to raise awareness for our match in Revolver. I'm the guy fighting to get MLW a media rights deal. I'm the guy who name-drops independent wrestlers on national TV and puts over indie organizations on Chris Van Vliet and Ariel Helwani. I'm the guy who paid for wrestling classes and sought bookings. According to CageMatch.net, Brian Alvarez had 76 matches in 25 years. I've had 20 matches in less than 2 years. I trained, tried, failed, won, sweat, traveled, was stiffed, money, and bled. And I did it while having a family and acting career. Title says it all, Observer. Now go thank Dave Meltzer for your existence. Hashtag since they want to know.
Wow. Whew. That was a major fucking burn.
Brought to you by our friends at Blue Chew. Get your ding dong real hard with the promo code WHW.
Wow. Good job, Paul Walter.
Hey, I do want to ask you, with this Ring of Honor pay-per-view this weekend, you think the dirty white boy himself, Adam Priest, is going to be on that show? He's been working a lot of ROH shows for y'all lately.
I don't know.
What do you know, Tony? You don't know if Jericho's leaving. You don't know if Adam Priest is coming or going. I mean, what do you know?
Don't know. I don't know what I don't know. I do know that we have about 40 minutes left in our show, and we've barely talked about any of the matches we've seen.
Well, we see some girls in some neon bikini tops. Oh, there's a pink one.
Yikes. Okay. Woohoo!
Shout out to DJ Turnup. He's here.
Yeah.
And greatly appreciate Jason Taylor says Tony don't know shit.
That's right. And proud of it. Thank you, JT. That's right. I don't know shit, Joe. Look at my dog. Look at my little dog coming up and saying hello to me. I miss my puppy so much.
Coach Rosie wants to know, when is AEW/ROH going to sign Adam Pearce? I'd like to see it. Adam Pearce is the Monday Night Raw general manager, Coach.
Yeah.
So he's unavailable.
Mhm.
But this guy is available. Here comes Dennis Rodman sashaying down to the ring. He's about to take on the Macho Man Randy Savage. I'm going to recommend, if you only watch one match on this show, let it be this one. Meltzer says Rodman was the only one who the crowd really saw as a star, although he didn't either get a face or a heel reaction. It's a brawl with almost no wrestling. But Rodman, who was physically exhausted early, is such a great athlete that he then gutted his way through it and took some good bumps.
Okay.
I remember watching this. I was at my buddy Jake's house. He had just rented a house in Gunnersville in the Meadowwood subdivision, and he got a new grill, and we were firing up the grill and ordering this on pay-per-view on DirecTV. We couldn't believe we were about to watch the Macho Man Randy Savage have a singles match with Dennis Rodman. And when people talk about Dennis Rodman's efforts in WCW, I feel like they always talk about 1997 or 1998. This might be the forgotten Dennis Rodman match, and it's against the freaking Macho Man, dude.
It is forgotten because I didn't remember it. But that doesn't say much, does it?
You think you were just drinking too much back then?
Nope, was not. Hey, I'm really very quickly back to cards, back to baseball cards.
Yeah.
I feared that I've paid too much for a baseball card and I may not be able to. Fuck it. I'll buy some more.
I was going to say, you could go right now to savewithconrad.com and I can hook you up. I can show you how to pay off all that credit card debt and take care of it all. Savewithconrad.com.
I'm doing okay on that end. But I did buy, I showed Dave Phil with this. I did buy a Mickey Mantle 1959 card. There you go. Only paid $275 for that, which is pretty good. I bought a bunch of 1964 cards there, and I guess sometimes we're going to have to show them off my collection because it's pretty intense.
Oh, I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Here's what we'll do. We'll, my buddy Dylan, who works with DDP.
Yeah, I know Dylan really well. As a matter of fact, I got in touch with Dylan last week. I said, hey, I've got some, I was thinking about doing a video, and I said, I wonder if you could help me with it. And he said, yeah, I'd love to. So yeah, Dylan's a good guy. What's up?
He's going to be helping us do some stuff on our podcast.
He's the man, buddy.
And I thought, hey, this would be neat because I've got some other stuff planned for him that he and I are going to be doing in Atlanta. So I was just thinking, shit, man, we could just have him come help and shoot and show off some of your cards. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Brian has a good idea. Maybe every week we just have you buy something new on eBay and you try to, make a bid or decide what you're going to bid on during the show. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But if I put that out, somebody will bid against me. Just run up the.
All right, right. We'll just go back to Tony Reed's rap.
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do Tony Reed's rap. But I was just thinking somebody will bid against me and say, "Oh, Schiavone, let's see. Let me see what we had 39 bids for this card tonight. Well, somebody got in there really quick. Wow.
Andre wants to know, what's your most prized card, Tony?
Well, right now it's going to be the Bob Gibson rookie card once I get it. No, actually, Andre, my most prized card is 1969 Reggie Jackson. That was his rookie card. And really wasn't his rookie card, I don't think, but it was the year that he hit 47 home runs that year for the Oakland Athletics. And it was one of the first cards I remember. I had, I think it may have been Coach Rosie or it may have been his good friend Mark Nelson. I'm not sure, that got me, and I know Coach, that'll make you laugh. May have had Reggie do a little one of those cameos for me.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was such a big Reggie Jackson fan growing up, and I still am a Reggie Jackson fan, and so anything Reggie Jackson is very special to me. So that's my most prized card.
I met Reggie, I would say 12 years ago,
Really?
11 years ago. I was with Rick and we were he was doing an autograph appearance at a town I was in. And he said, "Oh, you should come by and I'll introduce you to the guys." So that's where I met Hulk Hogan, and I met Mike Tyson, Roger Clemens, like a who's who. I mean, Daryl
Right.
Strawberry, so many.
Right.
But Reggie Jackson was the guy that we talked about watches with. He was wearing a white gold Submariner, which is kind of like stealth wealth, because white gold in a Rolex is remarkably similar to stainless steel. And you got to know. So he complimented my watch, and I said, "Oh, you got the big boy though." So we had a fun little watch conversation. I just think it's interesting that he doesn't know me from Adam's House Cat, and obviously I know who he is, but I'm like, I can't believe I'm talking about watches with Reggie Jackson. It was a cool moment.
Yeah, I had a couple of chances to meet him. One is a very, very young child, and he wouldn't sign an autograph for me, which is fine. I say very, very young child. I was like 12 years old. And then I was back. I was covering the Braves during spring training years ago, and he was with the Yankees as a hitting coach. And I saw him in the back, and I was walking by him, and it was just me and him in this backstage area. And I'm thinking, should I go up and act like a mark? And I decided no, because if he could be a prick to me, then it would spoil my feeling about him. So I never did, but I'd love to. I know he's big into cars, vintage cars, but he was the man. I mean, the 3 home runs in the 1977 series, I remember more than anything else. On
So
3 pitches.
I know we're talking a little bit about these baseball cards, but did you see what happened with the basketball card over the weekend?
I did not, but Rodman just hit the referee. Rodman just socked the referee, and he elbow dropped the referee. That's pretty good. Come here, buddy. Come here.
Did you ever watch Shark Tank?
I don't watch Shark Tank because I think it's phony, but go ahead.
Well, do you know who Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful, is?
I do not.
Okay, well, he's one of the talking heads, not Mark Cuban, and not Damon John,
Okay.
and not Robert Haberjack, and not one of the ladies. He's the guy in the middle who plays the mean character.
Is
His
he like?
nickname is Mr. Wonderful.
Okay, is he like the gray guy with the bald on top type guy?
Yeah, he's bald.
Older,
yes,
the older guy. You're right.
And he bought a card
Uh-huh.
that was the logo man
Mhm.
off of the jersey of a game worn jersey from Michael Jordan and one from Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
So it's the logo man off of both of those, and then it's autographed by both Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And then they had it slabbed at PSA or whatever.
Right.
And the bidding ended over the weekend. And for this one singular card, Tony, Mr. Wonderful and 2 partners paid $12,932,000 for this single solitary card.
Oh, God.
$12.93 million.
Jesus Christ. Well, you don't have to worry about that with me. But I tell you one thing you have to worry about. If you don't have to worry about that, but I tell you one thing I've gotten into too. You know, there's a lot of ways if you have disposable income, which God bless, I do have some now. There's a couple of ways to piss your money away. Obviously, collecting baseball cards is one. But here's another one, Conrad.
I'm ready.
Air Jordans.
How about it?
I've got 4 pairs now.
I can't wait for you to start rocking Jordans on TV.
I've been rocking Jordans on TV. I had them on when I was in the ring Sunday night. I had blue ones on.
I gotta go pay attention to that. I don't
Yeah.
know if I look at your shoe wear.
Yeah, I as a matter of fact, I had I wear them all now. I'm trying to get ones to color every suit that I wear. I got blue, I got green, I got white. And I got more notice. I've got more feedback on these shoes than anything.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I mean, you know, I know these are not Stan Smiths, right? I know Stan Smith's a big thing too. But these are Air fucking Jordans. So I don't even, isn't it amazing I know what Stan Smiths are?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay, I'm sure you don't. Look at this. We are bumping referees. Who else do we bump? Who's that on the outside that's down?
Ross Foreman.
Ross Foreman. Oh, good. Why don't they just elbow drop that fucker? See, if I knew Ross was down, if Ross was down now at an event, okay, I would just go over and stomp you in the head. But
Not a big Ross Foreman fan.
no, not really.
What's your heat with Ross Foreman?
I'm just unlikable guy.
Wow.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. So anyway, so there's the Air Jordans.
I've always liked him. I think he's nice.
Good.
Fuck me. I get it.
Yeah. Right. Look at this. Their bodies freaking everywhere here. I mean, this match is out of control. And we got to go to a break. Look at the fans just patting. Look at yes, yeah. Go up the road.
By the way, Gorgeous George is going to get involved in this, and allegedly, it's written in the Observer.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to Carmen Electra, who was originally supposed to do this finish. Can you imagine if Carmen Electra was on a WCW show?
Had to be something because he was dating her at that time.
I think he may have been married. I'm not sure.
Oh, married. Okay.
Hey, well, take a look at this card, Tony. I don't know if you've ever seen a near $13 million card, but this is the one we were just talking about.
$13 million card.
12.932 million for that card.
Well, at least it's been graded.
That's what I wanted to ask you. This card you bought tonight, is it graded?
Yeah, it is graded. Wait a minute, it may not be, but I can send it in to have it graded. And I think some of these cards you can have them graded for free. The Rajie, the Mickey Mantle one is graded. And see, I don't care about graded. I really don't. I just want it for my collection to put in the notebook. I have notebooks for every year, right? And I have these.
Tony, you should get them all graded.
I'm not getting them all graded.
You should get them all graded and put them in a little a deal. Like seriously, it's the right thing to do.
Right. It's the right thing to do for whom?
No, for your. I mean, listen. I mean this honestly. I'm not being ugly at all.
Yeah.
If and when something happens to you, when something happens to you, if they're graded, they'll be much more valuable to your kids, and they'll understand because they're graded and they're in those cases to take better care of them. They'll last longer. Like if you want your little grandkids to be able to enjoy these, you need to get them graded, because if they're just in a book, they're going to deteriorate. They're not going to be taken well care of. They're going to be thrown out. Yeah. Nobody will understand. I'm just saying, like, as simple as this. When you were a kid, you wouldn't throw away something that was laminated. If you're going through the junk drawer and it's laminated, you'd be like, oh, that's important. Let me set that aside. I don't know what it is, but it must be important. It's laminated. Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking from a grandkid perspective, that's a good call.
Yeah, that is a good call. But, I mean, I put these down in sheets that are, that collectors sell that protects your cards, so they're not going to deteriorate. That's number one. And number two, I'm going to be dead, so who gives a fuck?
All right.
I won't. I'll be dead. What will I care? So yeah, you're right.
When you get sick, you get a little cough or something, just set them on fire then.
Okay. Yeah, just wipe my ass with them. How about that?
Oh, can you imagine if you wiped your ass with a Reggie Jackson?
Well, Jesus, I wouldn't do that. Did you see how they got into the shitter just now and turned it over?
I loved it. That's the way I brought up the porta potty earlier, because I remember as a kid. I mean, I never forgot it. It was, I'll never forget. By the way, Dave Silva pipes in. It's been well established. We know your attitude. We're talking about grandkids. Fuck them kids, double fuck them grandkids.
No.
Let them eat the hard biscuits and the plain grits. Fuck them.
No, and how did Dave say tortillas?
Hey, Silva, hit us with like 3 rolling R's. You got 3 words for us.
Do me a tortilla. Do me.
Tortilla. Burrito. Burrito.
Did he just turn into like a Mexican Count Chocula there? What happened?
He did. A referee goes, "Here comes Gorgeous George."
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you about Gorgeous George.
Okay, I want to see what she's going to do here because she's.
Well,
worth
I'm
watching.
watching very intently.
Okay, okay. We'll sit out.
So I went to Hogan's funeral, I guess 3 weeks ago today.
Okay.
I flew down to Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
and when I check into the hotel,
Mm-hmm.
I look out my window, and across the street is a place with neon purple and pink lights.
Hmm.
And there's a sign called the Dollhouse.
Of course. I've heard of that place.
And I mentioned this to Jeff Jarrett, and he goes, "Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Randy Savage was very familiar with that place."
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at him, and he sort of raised his eyebrows as only Double J can. And I was like, "Is that where he met Gorgeous George?" And he goes, "I'm not saying that."
Yeah.
And just kind of shrugged his shoulders. Gorgeous George was discovered at the strip club across from the hotel I stayed at.
Yeah.
The Dollhouse right there in Tampa. I had no idea.
Yeah. Joe Gomez could have probably told you that.
Well, he was Rick's handler that day.
Okay.
So he had his hands full.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. Rick is the first person Hogan's funeral is the first place I've ever heard the MF word used inside a church. I mean, I'd never heard an MF in a church before. And when I heard it, I looked around like, did anybody else hear that? Is something going to happen now? Like,
Didn't I at Jerry Jarrett's funeral tell you to go fuck yourself? Something like that. Remember?
I don't remember that at all.
Okay.
If you did, you did it very whispered.
Well, I wouldn't say it loud. Yeah. Oh, they're going to show the replay of the shitter scene again. They throws Rodman in there. He locks it. He turns it over. And then the shit comes pouring out the other side. Look at it. Oh, they cut away before the shit came pouring out. Very well done.
Hey, shout out to Andre. I love him. He says, learning that Gorgeous George in WCW was not the original George messed me up as a kid. I didn't know it was a guy back in the day. He is my kind of wrestling fan. There was another one? Well, I got to take a look. I mean, golly, I saw this Gorgeous George. Let me see that's a dude. That's not what I thought. That's hilarious.
That's good stuff. Oh, God.
I hate to be a negative Nancy, but I do want to ask, did you see what happened with Rampage Jackson's kid?
I don't even know who Rampage Jackson is.
So Rampage Jackson, Quentin Rampage Jackson, is a former UFC middleweight or light heavyweight champion at 205. He beat everybody in Pride, and then he came over and beat everybody in the UFC. This is like 20 years ago, and it was fantastic, and I was peak MMA fandom. And he's clearly a wrestling-inspired fan. He grew up in the Memphis area, so he was a big wrestling fan, or at least he claimed to be. And then he even came to the ring wearing like one of JYD-style logging chains around his neck. Cut like wrestling promos with Howl. I mean, he was very wrestling inspired and just a blast. Super charismatic, super personable, just a good dude from everything I've ever heard or seen. I've only met him briefly, but just very gracious with fans and all that jazz.
All right.
Well, he's got a son who's following in his footsteps, and his name is Rajie, and that's Raja. And Rajie is an MMA fighter. And earlier last week, he suffered a concussion while sparring. And he was so sick after that concussion that he did not decide to go golfing. He is like a full-time streamer on a platform called Kick. And he decided not to go golfing because he just didn't feel like he could physically. He just had a concussion.
Okay.
But he had agreed to take part at an indie show that I guess Rikishi is part owner of out in Los Angeles. So when he shows up with a camera, because he's streaming in the backstage area for an indie show, the guy he was going to be working with that night was a guy who used the gimmick name Psycho Stu or Sicko Stu, whatever it is. And this guy seeing the camera thinks, oh, okay, well, let's do an angle. Let's get a little heat. So he took an empty beer can and hit it against his head. And it's clear that he did it pro wrestling style. You can even see with the wind up here and look at, the cowboy behind him smiling like this is clearly they're just having fun. But it was not fun for Mr. Jackson. He thought they were trying to humiliate him or embarrass him. Stu even said, "Are you not going to sell it?" Right on camera. And he's very, very irritated, very agitated. They try to calm him down. Eventually, cooler heads prevail, or so we thought. Stu apologized on camera, not once, not twice, but 3 times, shook his hand, sincere apologies. And then Jackson sat front row at the indie show and was telling his streamers, hey, when it's time for me to do my thing, I'm going to start punching this guy, and I'm not going to stop until somebody pulls me off.
Wow.
And sure enough, someone came over and told him it was the appropriate time. So he slid in, picked the guy up, dumped him on his head to where when he landed, his head hit so hard that he was immediately concussed. He was unconscious. And Jackson took not 1, not 2, but 27 swings as he laid there unconscious, broke all the bones in his face, broke his teeth. He started choking on his own blood and teeth as they crumbled down his face. The other wrestlers tried to pull him off. They even had to bite him in order to get him to back up. He eventually powdered out of there. The guys that were left in the match, I guess, didn't know what the hell to do. So somehow, some way, someone covered an unconscious, dying Stu and counted 3. And then they tried to chase him down. And then he kept streaming the entire time, basically saying, y'all got to quit playing with me. I'm nobody's bitch, yada, yada, yada. He got a phone call from a guy named Dre who said, hey, dude, this guy just flatlined. And Jackson said, my bad. I'll call you back. And now the LAPD is looking into it. They, at the exact same time this was happening, Rampage was doing his own stream on Kick. And when he saw the footage, he looked at someone off camera and said, Rajie's probably going to jail and he's probably going to lose his Kick deal. He did lose his Kick deal. So did Rampage. And now the police are involved. Stu's family has just put up a GoFundMe. He did come back to life and he's working towards recovery, but clearly he's in a bad way. And to give some background, in 2009, he got into wrestling because he was proudly served our country, but was suffering from some PTSD and thought, hey, I'll go do some wrestling. And maybe that's a good way to sort of deal with some of this. And Miro, Rusev in WWE, tweeted that he's known this guy for 15 years. I've known and trained with Slicko Stu for 15 years. He's a former U.S. Army veteran, an amazing guy. There's no excuses for what happened in that ring, praying for a strong kick out. I mean, this is the talk of the internet yesterday and today. And I know you've been traveling and you haven't had a chance to keep up with it, but clearly Rampage Jackson's son, Rajie Jackson, is never, ever going to be invited in wrestling circles again. But right now, I don't even know that he's got MMA opportunities. It feels like the fight he's fighting for is for his freedom at this point. So there's your latest on what's going on in indie wrestling in Los Angeles.
Wow. Indie wrestling.
It's kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Here we are in our main event as we're watching. If you're wondering, yes, that is Hulk Hogan in the yellow and red.
Mm-hmm.
He's just come back to the yellow and red. He's been the black and white NWO Hollywood Hogan for a while. At this point, he's just recently gone back in 1999 to doing the yellow and red. If you're wondering, yes, this is the time where there was a whole lot of politicking going on with Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash behind the scenes. And just to add context, we're about 3 weeks away from Eric Bischoff being sent home. He's going to start fly fishing in Wyoming because his days with WCW seem to have come to an end. But this main event, I think, will actually be Eric's last. Not only is it the last Sturgis show, I think it's the last WCW pay-per-view for Eric Bischoff.
Wow.
SaveWithConrad.com.
My name is Sergio. I'm from Lancaster in California. The motivation behind just following through with this refinance was I have a baby on the way. So just wanted to get everything in order. In the past couple of years, just afraid to pull the trigger, but then it just seemed like the right time to do it. I went to multiple banks, not only the mortgage I had, but then I went to you, and then I also went to several others. And it just seemed like your team, they were just completely honest and outright. Also, all the information was just laid out for me right there and then, answering all my questions in a timely, efficient manner. Diane was just so helpful and above and beyond accessible with both texting and emails and just any information that they needed. She would explain to me what exactly they wanted me to send, and then if there were any issues, she was able to just resolve them pretty quickly, versus other companies that sometimes it would take a couple of days to get some information. We were looking to pay down some debt, also looking into making some improvements to the home, also build up our backyard, do everything, especially for our daughter coming. By doing this cash out, it's a good amount that we're saving, between $1,000 and $1,500 a month, I would say. It helped out tremendously as well. My name's Sergio. I'm from Lancaster, California, and I saved over $1,500 a month with SaveWithConrad.com.
NMLS number 212, non-equal housing lender. SaveWithConrad.com.
How about that for a timeline in our WCW life?
They're going to go 12 minutes and 16 seconds. And Meltzer would say Hogan came out with the red and yellow. Tony Schiavone kept emphasizing the name Hulk Hogan as opposed to Hollywood Hogan.
Of course, as you would.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I never did understand the actual reason why Eric was sent home. I do know that he became kind of difficult back then and to work with. But I never did understand what was the exact reason they said, Eric, go home. And I know you do a podcast with him, so you should know the answer to this.
He had a conversation with Harvey Schiller the day before.
Okay.
And he was frustrated.
Okay.
And the very next day, Harvey just called him into the office and said, we need you to go home. Just go home.
And that was basically it, huh?
Yeah, there wasn't much to it. Just go home. So he jumped in his car, went home, told Lori what was going on.
Yeah.
And he said it was almost like a relief.
Sure.
And within an hour of him being home, he was with a bag packed in his plane on his way to Wyoming, going fishing.
Okay. So he obviously said some things to piss Harvey off. I
don't think it was that. I think he was just talking about how frustrated he was.
Okay.
Because you have to appreciate, like, you know, Eric has said his peak of WCW was Halloween Havoc 96. As a reminder, that's when we had the Macho Man Randy Savage and Hollywood Hogan. That's when Hogan had just finished that Three Ninjas movie where he had that ridiculous blonde hairpiece.
Yes, right.
So that was the main event. The undercard would feature like Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio and Harlem Heat and the Outsiders for the tag titles. But after the main event is when Roddy Piper came into WCW. And
right.
When Eric thinks about his, like when he was having the most fun, it was that show.
Yeah.
And obviously 97 was just a tear, you know, riding through Cedar Rapids in January with the NWO pay-per-view, and then culminating with the Starrcade, the biggest WCW show of all time. Right. And I'm sure 98 was fun through maybe Goldberg's win, but the rest of 98 was a battle, but they still did it. But by 99, man, he just wasn't having any fun. And of course, we all remember what happened in January of 99 with the whole, boy, that'll put some butts in seats. And it feels like finger poke of doom on. It was just not fun for him. And by this point, he was dealing with Hulk Hogan's creative control and the politics there, and Kevin Nash. And I think this is around the same time that, you know, Kevin Sullivan had overdosed on GHB. So there's just lots of maneuvering behind the scenes and a lot of upheaval behind the scenes. And I think he was just, as I like to say, it was time to get out of the race car.
Yeah. And you know what? I remember distinctly remember Eric saying many times, he says, if this ceases to be fun for you, then you shouldn't be in this business. And he said, he always talked about having fun in this business. And being a guy who's been in this business for a long time, even without the 18 years, I can tell you that when it's fun, it's wonderful. And when it's not, it can be a chore. And I guess it's just like every job in entertainment or every job, right? It can be that way. And I can tell you this, that ever since AEW started, when it's airtime, I've always had fun. Obviously, leading up to airtime, a lot of times can be a challenge.
Stress.
Stress, because you still have to deal with egos today.
Well, and you got to get a live show. I mean, I don't think a lot of people who aren't in the wrestling bubble, and even the people who are in the bubble, probably take it for granted. But if you're not in the bubble, nobody else does, besides news, does 52 live shows a week. I mean, a year. Like, just 52 seems crazy. And then when you start to tack on, well, we've also got the Saturday show. Now it's 104. And now when you tack on the pay-per-views, now it's like, dude, we're doing more than 120 live events a year.
Right.
And that's live. And you've got to have the trucks and the production. And I mean, there's just so many moving parts.
Right.
Stress has to be crazy. And by the way, I don't know if you've flown during the summer. Lots of flights get canceled because of weather.
Oh, no.
It's just a mess. So, yeah, shout out to you guys for putting in the hard work, because I can't imagine, like, no other genre does this. They're not playing football 52 weeks a year. They're not doing your favorite sitcom 52 weeks a year. And even if they are, they're not doing it twice a week.
Yeah.
It's so much stress and pressure.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, of course, Lois has had her issues with her legs and her hips, and I'm been away from her, and I'm glad she was able to go with me for a week, but I'm going to Philadelphia, and I'm going to be gone Wednesday morning till Sunday morning. And this is stress of being away from her and wondering if she's going to be okay. Don't worrying if she falls or if one of these dogs runs her over, because we got some beagles that will freaking run you over. And so, there's the stress of, home life as well. And it's, but it's a business we chose, right? I mean, it is. Well, she's shouting at her dog already. Back at it. So yeah, it is a wonderful business when it's wonderful, and it's pretty stressful when it's not. And I guess you can say that with any business.
Tony, I wanted to ask you, or I don't know, I know we touched on Waffle House a little earlier.
Yeah.
I think Dave Silva actually has something for us today about a first-time Waffle House visit.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Oh, Bobby says, came of eggs and hash browns, left with a black eye and a new girlfriend. Don't remember what happened between 2:31 and 2:47, but the waitress said, I held my own. God bless her.
How great is that? What a great review for Waffle House.
That is a great review for Waffle. Hey, Lois is here. Hey, Lois.
Hey.
Just back from England.
Hi.
We showed the pictures of us at outside of the Phantom.
Yeah.
She's giving treats, as you can see right now.
I did.
Look at Kirby wants some more treats, sweetheart.
I just threw them over there by you.
Oh, okay.
I'm on my last leg. I'm not being too friendly.
Okay. Brian says hello.
Hello.
He's there. She's not being too friendly. And listen, guys, when she's not too friendly, it can be tough.
Oh, dear. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I know. A long flight back, right, sweetheart?
You jumped on a podcast. And left me having to unpack and take the garbage bins to the street, walk a dog.
Oh, well, we could just fix that. She didn't have to go next time. That way she won't fall behind on her chores.
Bitch, moan and groan. There's your freebie from Lois.
Say it, Tony.
I'm not going to say that.
What?
When I click off, you can stay in Alabama. I got to stay here, so shut the fuck up.
What did he say?
Said your hair looks nice.
He said your hair looks nice.
He did not. Yes. Don't notice that shit.
Hey, tell her we were putting her over strong.
He was putting you over strong, honey.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yeah, thank you. I love you. How were the castles? Coach Rosie wants to know, Lois.
Oh, God, they were gorgeous.
Yes, they
Sterling Castle.
Sterling Castle was great.
And Edinburgh Castle.
Hold on, Hogan. Lois, Hogan goes down. Did you see it?
Hogan's dead.
Not.
Oh. Hey.
Dave, edit that shit out, please.
No, don't you dare. Just roll the credits. We will not beat that. My God, the timing.
I was talking about right here, honey. We're watching the Hogan match. Oh, Jesus.
You know I don't watch that stuff on TV.
I know.
Hey,
Somebody,
ask her who her favorite match was over the weekend.
what was your favorite match over the weekend?
The girls.
The girls' 4-way match that they had in Glasgow. She really
How
enjoyed
great
it.
was Bozilla, dude?
Yeah, Bozilla was great. Wasn't
Have y'all
she?
signed her yet? Go sign Bozilla tonight.
I think we
It's
should sign.
horrible. You watch it live and in person, and it's really exciting.
Yes, we know that. We're all wrestling fans.
Except for you're watching it on a monitor.
Well, I know that's how we kind
Yeah,
of make
because
money here
Hogan-
on
yeah,
our
We
podcast.
can't watch him in person.
You do.
Brian wants to know how Phantom of the Opera was.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. I
Yeah.
cried twice.
Yeah, she was. I could tell she was crying because one time she was sitting next to me and I could feel her shoulders go. She was crying.
Nobody can see you doing that.
What? Yes, I can. We're on
Oh.
YouTube here, honey.
Oh, sorry.
So yeah. So meanwhile, back to the match that we're supposed to be calling here tonight.
Okay, well, that's my cue to leave.
Bye, honey. Love you.
So your
Okay.
little dog's here.
I know.
Kirby's here.
Hey, tell her about your card purchase. Tell her how much you
Running
paid. Get some heat.
Treat and ran. Come on.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
I lost-
Nice to be back.
Bye.
I lost my bid for that card. Thank God, huh?
Do what?
I was bidding for that card. You know, that Bob Gibson card. I lost the bid.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll get it some other time when it's much
there'll
cheaper.
be another one.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Ask her if she'll kiss it and make it better.
You know what? It's easy for you. You fucking motherfucker. Sit over there in Alabama and say shit that only I can hear.
Dude, how great was that? And hey, maybe next time she doesn't need to go so she won't fall behind on her chores.
I couldn't have gotten to Philadelphia fast enough.
By the way, we're having some fun here today, and we hope you guys are too. We're watching the end of Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan, but at the culmination of this match, I think we should bring back an oldie but a goodie from a few weeks ago that I know you had a lot of fun with.
I'm sure I did. I want to see the big foot. Okay, Hogan goes down for the big foot, right?
Yep.
So I'm interested to see exactly how we booked this match because I don't remember, and I think you probably have gone over the finish already. And I'm sure.
Here we go. What do you think? Is Nash going to pin him here?
I'm sure you're thinking. I'm sure Dave Meltzer really shit on this one because it's too.
He got a dud rating because Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan's in it.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. So he's going to put him in there for the big pile driver. Okay. Oh, the big power bomb. Sorry. And the big power bomb, he should pin him right here, but Hogan is going to Hulk up, right? 1, 2, kick out. And boy, did I call that one. Huh?
It's running wild, brother. And his hair, Hogan's hair is so frayed out. He looks like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
He sure does. Think a little blood on the side, which I have a feeling it was the hard way.
No, he bladed. It just didn't
Oh,
come out very much.
oh,
He didn't
okay.
drink enough coffee or something.
Okay. Hogan's going to go around.
Big
and-
boot and a leg drop, and that's it, Daddy.
And he points. Yeah, I got boom. Well, let's hear for Kevin for doing the job for him, huh?
Yep. Creative control, brother. Nothing like it.
Nothing like it. And the big leg and the cover and the 1, 2, 3, and the fans in the back were going crazy. The fans in the front who are on their motorcycles who really didn't care that much.
Hey, I want to ask you about this. It's the only news coming out of this show.
Okay.
About the only excitement from this show came in the dressing room before it went on the air. Buff Bagwell and Ernest Miller got into an argument and came to blows before their match. Apparently, the original finish had Miller going over, but Bagwell went to Kevin Nash complaining that he was the one left laying in most of the TV angles, and Nash changed it. There were reports about the finish and post-match were constantly changed and talked about with the wrestlers. Bagwell again complained about a finish where he'd win with a little cradle but get left laying again. Somehow it escalated into words. Bagwell either went to slap or actually did slap Miller first, as accounts vary. What doesn't vary is that Miller threw 2 solid punches to the mouth and cheek when they rolled to the ground, with Bagwell trying to tie Miller up to not get hit. While on the ground, Bagwell scraped up his elbow pretty bad. When they got up, Miller still wanted to fight, and Bagwell tried to calm him down, which some took as him trying to save face, while at the same time back down because Miller hit him with hard punches.
Right.
Nobody was seriously hurt, and they went out and had their scheduled match. It was a bad match, but probably no worse than it would have been under the circumstances. Bagwell was punished by being taken off Nitro the next week, but there's some heat about a double standard because Miller wasn't punished and in fact was protected because he was the only wrestler in the early matches on Nitro who didn't get laid out by Sid Vicious. There's been natural bad feelings between the two since Miller has natural heat because of his TV persona resembling his real life persona, and Miller was feeling Bagwell's interview in blackface was racist. Do you remember this dust up with Bagwell at all?
The only dust up that I remember with Bagwell was the one when we were in Denver at the then Pepsi Center, and apparently he and Diamond Dallas got into a dust up, and no one really believed it because everybody thought it was an angle, and I think it ended up being an angle. But I don't remember this one at all. I remember being in the Pepsi Center, and we were back in the announcer room, and the announcer room smelled like cat piss. And someone said, "Well, the Dixie Chicks were just here last night, and this was their room, and one of the girls had like her 12 cats with her." And then all of a sudden we hear there's a fight, and there's a fight going on backstage here. And I said, "Who's it between?" And they said, "It's between Buff Bagwell and Diamond Dallas. It's about Kimberly." And I went, "It's a fucking work." So I didn't even go out there to look at it. But I don't remember this one at all. No, not at all. And I would have. I think I would have. Because I think I would have thought, yeah, you don't want to fuck with Ernest Miller, you know?
Well, something else you don't want to do is you don't want to let depression get you down. So we're going to close on a high note. But right now, Tony, it looks like it's about that time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you being with us. Remember, regardless of what the logo looks like, Cracker Barrel is Cracker Barrel, and Waffle House is Waffle House. And you never know, if you go between 2:30 and 3 a.m., you just may get a real good waffle and a real good girlfriend. For all of us at What Happened When, we thank you for being with us. And remember, I did not buy that card. I was just kidding. I didn't spend that much money on the card. We'll see you next week on What Happened When. We come to you each and every Monday, Adfree and exclusively on
Patron, patreon.com/WHW Monday. And of course, adfreeshows.com.
Smoking, nigga. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. They're gonna eat 'em up. 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 You a prize. Don't let nobody treat you like you let you know you fine. Ain't getting money, that's why they be pressed. See them demons trying to knock you off your feet, but show them you ain't weak. Can't get the praying, that's how they get beat. Yeah, the pressure trying to stop you. Them haters trying to block you with their favor on your life. It ain't nobody that can stop you. Better eat them hating bitches up and tell them who the fuck you is. Tell them just like you. Say I'm a badass bitch on my shit, and the realest in the room, and they know I'm really lit. And I'm getting to the money, and I'm taking care of my kids. Have you got no I'm the prize, and I'm rare, and I'm really in that bitch. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. Fuck depression, fuck stressing. You a badass bitch, you a blessing. They're gonna eat 'em up. 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 They're gonna eat 'em up.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what adfreeshows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-free shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that adfreeshows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. Adfreeshows.com.